Hey Gem Babies, welcome to my channel, and this is your love reading. So Sun, Moon, Rising and Ascending, general reading for Aquarius. Let's see what we got. I'm going to start off by drawing an oracle card for you, and we're going to look at what card is at the end of the reading. You know, I can be very curious, so I like kind of drawing it in the beginning and then at the end seeing how it sort of ties everything in together. Okay. I do apologize if I can move this just a little bit. There we go. Otherwise, it's going to swivel and do funny things. All right. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your patience. All right. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Adrian. For those of you coming back, welcome back to my channel. My goal in life is to help you find your personal power, your the thing that makes you tick so your life just works, all right? And I focus a lot on love because love is one of those things that it can really make you, it can really break you, and I want to help you find the love that's going to work for you, all right? So if you're interested in living your best experience of life, or, you know, get some guidance or just some support really, then feel more than welcome to subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel about things in the comments. We're going to put that card over there for you. So there it is. And let's see what we've got for you, Gemini. So this is general reading. So whatever resonates, resonates. And whatever's not for you, it's not for you. Let me just let my kitty in. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, it's just going to lay there. All right, thank you. So feel more than welcome to follow me on Facebook or on Instagram if you'd like to do that. And if you want to have a personal detailed reading, I do that as well. $12 for a 30 minutes downloadable video reading. But that's the current rate. Put it on special during the more lockdown sort of period. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at where you currently are, how you got there, where this energy is going, you're taking forward, which is actually quite amazing. And I love this because this is a reading for love. Look at this, Gemini. Your dreams are coming true. I love that. Your dreams are coming true. And if you know, if that's something that you want, then claim that. And also, I don't want you to get too much into your headspace when you say your dreams are coming true. Don't think, oh my goodness, what if that's, and what if that, and what if this, and what if that, and what is this, and this is that. Trust that the universe has got your back. Okay? Trust that the universe has got your back, and everything that you ever wanted in love, everything that you ever wanted in life. I feel that it's almost like for some of you, it's almost as if love have to sort of help you by expressing things in other ways first. Okay, so you may find that even though, you know, you may or may not be in a relationship, or may or may not be with someone, or it may be complicated, that that you maybe other areas of your life is working. You know, work is working, friendships are working, family ties that might have been difficult, things like that, they are, you know, they are now working. And that is actually the signs that, because I feel where you're going with love. Hello, my sweetheart, you want to come up? Where you're going with love, I really feel that this is a very all-round sort of deal. Okay, which is wonderful, which is wonderful. You can't come up, I'm busy. Or if you come up, you have to be quiet, okay? For those of you that know Leo, he's anything but cool. All right, so we're clarifying for you first of all. Oh, look at this. So clarifying for you first of all the 10 of Pentacles. Also, I feel that a lot of you, for concerns that you may have had with things like money, materialistic things, and this could be anything, you know, getting a driver's license, getting a house bond approved, business, whatever it may be, those kind of things are tying in for you. All right, so a lot of those sort of worldly things that usually comes from money, those things are getting sorted out for you. Okay, and so you've got a lot of hope. Your spirits are very up. You see, life is very clever. It if you say that you want love, or you've got the desire, secret sort of desire in your heart, because the truth is Gemini always wants love. You always want love. You know, we all do, but Gemini especially. You want somebody that is gonna sort of get your crazy, and you can be your crazy with that person, because that is the pure sort of magic. So with everything else working, your vibration started to rise, and that is how you started to attract love to you. That some of you may not even realize that, oh my goodness, you know, I'm in that sort of I feel that some of you might just suddenly find yourself something, you know, it might have seemed kind of platonic to you at first, but suddenly you find yourself in the last, or you know, going on a date, or you're chatting to someone, and you're like, there's actually something here, you know, there's really something here. And also, you've been stepping away. I don't know if I saw you this clarifies, I didn't. The Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. So many of you have stepped away from a lot of things. You've made peace with a lot of things. You've accepted a lot of things about yourself, a lot of things about life. And it all really raised your vibration. It may not have been the most easy period, you know, to get you there. But once you're there, look at where it takes you. It takes you straight into the Lovers, the real Gemini card. It takes you into the full energy of you. And when you're the full you, it only makes sense that you get that perfect soulmate twin flame, you know, sort of love coming towards you, because you are in your full flow. You're in your full capacity of you. Okay. Right, so where you currently are, so we're going to look at kind of like where you are, sort of how did you get there, and where's this energy taking you forward. And I see such beauty, such beauty. You may sort of hook up with someone where, and it's funny that it's almost like this might not be the sort of person that you would usually sort of, you know, go for. But I also feel that that's also in a way what makes things kind of special, kind of different, kind of unique. Because look at this. So your current energy is the Five of Wands, and that is crossed by the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so a lot of the emotional fights that you might have had, those things that sort of kept you in that very blah blah sort of space, you know, you stepped away from that. That those things that were really not serving you in the most positive ways, those things that were kept you sort of in that, you know, very dull space, a lot of those cycles have been healed. And I feel that it is a journey that was long ongoing. Some of you have really been setting it off. You've been calling it many things. There have been many excuses, but it's almost like a couple of sudden changes happened. The outcry you had for healing was so strong that it was almost sort of inevitable. That life just, you know, lined those things up for you. And something happened. Something distinctive, sort of where you are. It's almost like something happened when also something's happening now, you know. And as much as you might sometimes like to speak, it's like, it's almost like some of you don't want to speak about it because you're scared, you're concerned. And this would either be an opportunity for money, career advancement that leads to love, or love that comes with a very healthy influx of money. Okay. So there's nothing low vibrational here, because you've dealt with it. You've cleaned out the pipes and your waters can flow quite freely now. So we're going to clarify that and see what we've got. I like that so much. I get a very sort of maturing, settling down, calming energy for Gemini. You know, so it's not that sort of trippy, crazy energy that it can be sometimes. You know, that that Gemini needs to deal with sometimes. I get something very stable here for you. Yep. But it's like almost like you want to keep it to yourself for a while. So you've got the Two of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Fool. These are your clarifiers, okay? So, yeah, wow. There's a pattern or a cycle that you didn't want to repeat. it's almost like even if you were with different people, and when I say with different people, it could even be that you were like, that you liked certain people and it didn't work out, or you didn't want to approach them, or whatever the case may be. Um, you you didn't sort of want to repeat that same cycle over and over. You were like, this isn't working. This isn't working, and it's almost like immediately you got something different. I I do feel that a number of you rekindle with someone from the past that you think, you're like, listen, that ship has sailed. It's whatever, there was a cannon fight on board. It's sunk. It's gone. It's splinters. There's nothing left. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, early morning sunrise, the ship comes through the harbor. Okay. They tell me so clearly that what was yours is never lost. It may be gone, but it's not really lost. Okay. It's like sort of like a magnetic sort of compass that finds its way back to your heart. And I feel like a reunion here. Okay. With somebody, it's almost like it's almost somehow like you might be the one with the resources. It's like a karmic balance, basically. So you might be the one with the resources and the money, and you're the very professional one now. And this other person sort of brings this stability of, I would say, almost like the passion, the emotional balance. It's almost like you need this person it's almost like you need each other, to not burn out and for the other one to not just be all dreary. So the energy that brought you to the space is the Three of Pentacles. You realize something wasn't working. Two of Cups and the Death card. So you realize some things weren't working. You were selling yourself short. You were maybe tripping on somebody that wasn't tripping on you. You were hoping, and you sort of stepped away from that hoping cycle. Okay? Cut my losses, cut my losses. Okay? But I feel that it might have been very intense with emotions wise. It might be more than one person, or like, because it's a repeating cycle, where I feel literally some of you might have felt with your emotions in your heart, this thing might take me, but if I die, I die, but I'm not going to be like this anymore. And it was a process. It was a real process, but it's almost like the moment it began, boom, it was, you're like, we're doing this. We are doing this. Okay? You're not going to stay there. So I feel with this Three of Cups that it's almost like you... If it's not with multiple partners, it might be a pattern that sort of like manifested in different ways. So it can be with partners, it can be with family, it can be with friends, it can be with school. But there's sort of like a repetitive cycle where it's almost like you were pulling at the shortest end of the stick and sort of try to make others almost sort of show your value, show your worth, pick me sort of thing. But it kept you in that energy where some of you might have done some really manky things. But it's okay. I mean, we are, love drives us crazy. But I feel that some of you, it's almost like you're in that space where you looked at who you are. Somehow you had a crying out for something more, for something higher. And it's like you began to realize your value, and you may have said things like, I don't deserve this, maybe there must be more to life, otherwise what's the point? So you started to kind of cry the call to the heavens for help, and it's almost like life brought you to a point where you became isolated on your own. Even if you were amongst people, you felt very alone. That you realize that almost, I feel that some of you might have felt that it's almost like you're wasting your life away. There's no point to this. And the Three of Pentacles there is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. So again, I deserve so much more. Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords. So you realize you deserve so much more. You wanted that beautiful balance. You wanted it. And you realize that in order to get it, you're going to have to do some things. Okay, you realize that you're going to have to do some things. You can't just sit here and wait for life to happen. Which is, which it's almost like it brought you to that space where you then started to look at yourself in the mirror and you said, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to move away from? What is not working for me? What doesn't define me? And I feel that some of you had to make some really, really heavy losses there. You had to cut some really strong emotional ties. And it wasn't those, and it could be that maybe you tried to do this before and you realize this is not those ties where you can just, sort of, I don't know, put the email address on like the trash, or block their number, block their social media. That didn't work. Some real ties had to be cut, and I feel that those people had to understand why you're cutting those ties. Okay, and only then did things start to really take a turn for you, and then it seems like it did quite a sudden turn. Oh yes. So the 5 of Cups is clarified there by the 7 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, and the World. So this is some amazing stuff. But now, my Baba, you're going to have to make up your mind. I want to show them who you are. This is Leo. Okay. Hello, my student. Shakira. Got a complete will of his own. So it's either in or out. Okay. So, yeah, I feel that initially when you sort of got to this point, you were still in that space where you're looking for sort of like your fault in things. How can you balance this? How can you move forward with this person or this people, with this energy? But you had to choose. It was either you or them. And it's almost like if you were choosing sort of them, that you were choosing like a lesser version of you. So you had to let it go, and it was difficult. It was really, really difficult. I feel that some sort of divine intervention took place there because there was a sudden change. There was a sudden change in things, in setup, in circumstances, in mood. Something changed swiftly. Something changed suddenly. You may have moved, okay? Or maybe somebody moved away from you. Yeah. The Death card is clarified by, there's a sudden move, is clarified by the 8 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, and the 8 of Cups. So you felt really stuck. Decided certain fights. It's almost like certain energy investments were just not for you anymore. Okay? You said that. You realized that this is not for me. This is not working for me. This doesn't value me. You may have had some serious talk to at some point. And for your own stability of emotions, you realized what you needed to walk away from. And somehow you did. But there was something happened. Okay? And it may have not seemed like a good thing in the beginning, but I feel that it actually turned out to be one of the best things and turned out better than you imagined. So where you're going forward, look at where you're going. The sun, power, energy, strength, vitality, where certain things you might have completely hidden them before because you didn't want people to know these things about you. For many of you, you might actually carry those things on your sleeve with pride now, like medals. You're like, this is who I am. Guys, this is who I am. All right? You're shining so brightly. And going forward, you're shining so much brighter. It's actually amazing. Okay? It's almost like something else. For many of you, it could actually be that love might be the furthest thing from your mind, which is the thing that actually lets it come in. Okay? That balance there, that was required. It's almost like when you stop running, then love kind of goes to you and say, okay, here I am. I've been here all along. I've been waiting for you. We're out there looking for me, but I've been here. I've been waiting here. Okay? Um, and the Empress, letting you know, Empress is all about abundance. It's coming. Love is coming. Let's clarify the Sun in your immediate future. I love this energy. It's like some of you were so tired in your souls and you didn't even know that you were tired. Where am I getting it? What is this? Oh, yes, 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 yes. So amazing. Oh. Sudden changes. It's almost like, oh. It's, you know, for some of you, and I don't want to give you a hope, I'm just letting you know that I'm seeing this. It's almost like as you maybe wanted to have the best for someone else that you may have been with before, somehow you kind of become irresistible to someone you may have a chance meeting again. Three of Swords, so Three of Wands, Four of Wands, and Page of Swords. A whole new sort of beginning there. Possible long-term commitment, moving in together. I also feel very much we tried this before, it didn't work out, but maybe we can try it again. So there's like a rebalancing maybe taking place there with the Two of Pentacles. And let's clarify that. The Chariot, the Star, and the Queen of Cups. Yeah. There's something beautiful that's coming towards you. Something that was always yours. And I feel that you're the one that messed up. Okay? Somehow you messed up. Somehow it's almost like you were a different version of you. And I'm not talking about, you know, when you speak about Gemini, I always talk about the two sides of the twins. This is not that. This is almost like you may have not even be you. Like this is no version of you. All right. And you worked hard to get back from there, and you've got a lot of support for you to stay there. Okay. You've put a lot of work into making sure you don't lose yourself again. And I feel that some of you have isolated yourself almost, like taken yourself out of the picture so it doesn't happen again. And what does this Empress say to us? Okay. King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and my favorite card in this deck. I always love this card, always makes me smile. Knight of Cups. To me, it always speaks about beauty, sudden abundance, opportunities, alignment. And I mean, King of Wands is you are owning their emotions. Many of you weren't 100% owning your emotions, and it is that raw relationship that you build your emotions that first of all make you realize it's okay to do that. You know, that you don't always have to sort of be the one that's 100% there and in control and things like that. So that brings you everything first of all. And then it brings you some more. Okay, let's see what we've got for your oracle. In silence, peace prevails. Isn't that so beautiful, in line with what we're talking about for you? Some of you had to really go and re-look the plan of your life, of your ways of being, of your choices. And I feel that some very hard choices and decisions needed to be made. And whereas you might have covered it up with many things before, it was a time for honesty, and you did it. And that takes you towards a lot of positivity on all levels of life. And I really, really like that. Okay. So let's see where this journey goes for you, Gemini. So if you want to, you're more than welcome to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I've got a reading for you every week. Let's see where things are going with love, where things are going with life, this new abundance, success, prosperity, everything showing up for you, because I feel you're on a very good path. Yeah, let's see, let's support each other that way. Okay, if you want to have a personal detailed reading, currently $12 for 30 minutes reading, and you're also welcome to follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. The links are below. Namaste. Love and light. Bye.